Yo, what up? So yesterday, I was having a conversation with someone, and she'd been trying to lose weight, right? And she's still a lot, her body fat's a lot higher than she thinks it is, but also it's a lot higher than she would like it to be. And she's someone who's, she's successful in business, and she's never been fit, right? She's never been at that level that she would like to be at, right? So, and I've had conversations with her a few times before, and I've heard these things, and I haven't pointed it out to her until yesterday. And she always says these things, and this is where this conversation is going. So, and as you can see from the title of this video, your beliefs create your results. They create your reality, right? So whatever you believe is going to create the behaviors on a subconscious level. It's going to affect your decisions, your actions, everything. So for example, she's really tall, right? She's like 5'11", right? And she has this belief, I'm a bigger girl. I've always been a big girl. I'm a bigger girl. I got big bones, right? And she makes that, and that's her belief, right? Her belief is, I'm a bigger girl, right? So every time, and she's lost about 20 pounds this year, right, so far, but she's at this level where she's been for months. She hasn't moved, right? Having this conversation, and she's like, I've always been a bigger girl. I've always been a bigger girl. I think I need to weigh this. And I'm like, nah, you need to be way less than that to get the body that you want. Like, way less. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, your body fat's a lot higher than you think it is. So we're getting in the conversation. I've always been a bigger girl. And I heard it over and over and over again. And then she's like, I do so good. And then, what ends up happening is I end up overeating nuts, or I end up going to In-N-Out Burger and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, here's what you need to understand, okay? This journey of getting fit, and you guys have to understand this journey of getting fit is psychological. It's not physical, okay? Because if you don't get it right here, you're never going to get it right here. Ever. And even if you do, you will sabotage it like that. It will disappear, and you'll gain all your weight back. You'll gain everything back. And she's very aware of how mindset affects your behaviors, right? Because she applies that to her business. She's very successful in business, right? And so anyway, so I brought it to your attention. So I'm like, look, you have to understand that when it comes to fitness, this journey is a psychological feat, okay? You have said, just in this conversation, 12 times already, you've already said 12 times, I'm a bigger girl. I'm big boned. I've always been bigger, right? Like, I'm a heavier girl. Like, she kept saying these things over and over again, which means that's her beliefs, right? And I told her, I'm like, look, your beliefs are creating your behaviors. And I'm like, look at what you just said. I'm a bigger girl. I'm a bigger girl. I'm a bigger girl. What do you think that does? That programs your mind to make you a bigger girl. So what happens is you start to lose weight, right? And whatever vision you have of yourself in your mind is what you're going to create, okay? She knows this too, because she applies that to her business, but she's never applied that to her body, right? So the moment that I told her this, I'm like, your beliefs are why you are where you are. I'm like, look at what you just said. I'm a bigger girl. I'm a bigger girl. I'm a bigger girl. Then what did you just tell me just a minute ago? You go home, you drink a bunch of wine, then you go hit up In-N-Out Burger. And it literally, you could see her eyes lit up like, oh my God. Like, her eyes lit up like, she's like, oh my God, I never realized that I do that. And that I said that. And that that was my belief. Even though she says it all the time. I've heard her say this many times before when I've had conversations with her. I just never said anything, right? I was just listening. So anyway, so the light bulb went off, and she went, oh shit, I never even caught that until you just told me that. And then so we got in a conversation of how she could change those beliefs and how it was going to take time. And that's something you have to understand too. It's going to take time, right? So you have to speak to yourself in terms and develop beliefs in terms that is is in your language, right? So I said to her, okay, so instead of thinking and believing I'm a bigger girl, how can you change that belief? What does fit look like to you? How would you describe that, right? How would you describe that? And she's like, well, I would describe that as I'm athletic. And I'm like, okay, great. So what does athletic look like to you? And it literally described the exact body she wanted. And I was like, perfect. So that's how you speak to yourself. So every time you feel yourself thinking, I'm a bigger girl, or you're about to say, I'm a bigger girl, you need to catch yourself and recognize what you're thinking and flip that and start to think, I am a bigger girl. I would even, and then here's another little trick for you guys too. When you're trying to change your beliefs, a little hack in order to do this, because it will take time, because you got decades. You got decades, your entire life of having these stupid beliefs. Like, for example, okay, actually, let me tell you this trick first, and then I'll take an example of what happened to me, right? So anyway, here's a trick. So a trick is, and this kind of falls under the same lines of, like, you can even write down goals and stuff every day too. But another little trick to help you reprogram your beliefs is to write that down every day. Okay, like twice a day. First thing when you wake up, right before you go to bed, write down a bunch of times on like a piece of paper in a journal, I am athletic, I am athletic, I am athletic. And then another thing that you guys have to understand too, she has to change that belief to I am to I used to be, right? Big difference there, okay? Whatever you say, whatever follows the words I am becomes your reality. I am broke, I am fat, I am lazy, I am undisciplined, I am, whatever, right? Whatever follows I am is going to be your reality. That is the behaviors and decisions and actions you're going to create and the results you're going to create, okay? So you need to start thinking in terms of, I used to be a bigger girl. I used to be fat. I used to be lazy. I used to be undisciplined. I used to, binge on food, right? I used to be, right? Now I am athletic. I am fit. I am sexy. I am, 10% body fat. I am, 120 pounds. Whatever your goals are, right? I am. You got to change those beliefs, and it will take time. And one of the hacks to expedite that is to write that down. Okay? Because what's going to happen is, as you're writing that down in the beginning, it's going to feel like you're lying, right? But what it's also going to do is it's also going to start to make you start to visualize that and see that in your mind. Because if you can picture yourself like that in your mind, you're going to create that in your life, right? A lot of what you guys don't understand is whatever images you're holding in your head is what you're going to get, right? You have images of you being fat, you being a bigger girl, you being lazy, whatever. That's what you're going to get, okay? Those are beliefs, and that those pictures in your mind are what you're going to create, okay? So writing this down, I am athletic, I am athletic, I am athletic, I am athletic, right? It's going to help you visualize and change that picture in your mind, but it's also going to help you reprogram your mind to get what you want, right? This is a psychological game. You guys don't get this. It's a psychological game, okay? And once you understand that and you start training your mind harder than you train your body, you will be able to get what you want. So anyway, so here's another little thing that and I've mentioned this before in many other videos, but when I was a kid, I was told, like, my whole family's fat, right? Like, everybody's fat, everybody's sick, everybody got diseases, everybody's like in bad shape, right? Really, the only ones that aren't fat in my family are me and my sister. So me and my sister are the only fit ones in our family. My uncle, he the one that introduced me to fitness and stuff, I haven't seen him lately, so I don't know what kind of shape he's in, but he used to be in good shape, right? Fairly good shape. But one time when I was younger, we were working out one day, and I told him, I'm like, man, I want to get some abs, right? And he told me this, and it was a belief that I recognized that he had, but I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, right? But he said this, and he said, I'm like, I want to get abs, and he's like, abs aren't in our family, bro. They're not in our family. And I'm like, And instantly, my first thought was, and I'm a kid, I don't even know shit about nutrition, and I don't really know anything, right? Anything more than what he's taught me so far when it comes to working out. And when he said that, my first thought was, I'm gonna be the first. Here we are. But if you back that up, so even he had that belief. Abs aren't in our family. So guess what? He don't have abs, right? So, and you know, but he didn't know much about nutrition and stuff back then either, right? None of us did, right? So, but anyway, my point is, this whole video is that your beliefs are going to create your reality. So if you look at your current state right now, go look in the mirror, go take a photo, go look at yourself, okay? That is a direct reflection of what you believe. So if you are fat right now, you have the beliefs. I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm undisciplined, I have no self-control. Look at the beliefs that you have, right? I would actually write those down. What beliefs do you have? Listen to what you say to other people. Because if you say that, whatever you say to other people, whatever you speak, trust me, your beliefs are ingrained 10 times worse in your mind than what you say, right? What comes out of your mouth. So look at what you currently look like, and that will tell you exactly what your beliefs are. And this applies to not only fitness, guys, this applies to everything in life, right? Your business, your work, your financial situation, your parenting, your relationships. Whatever you believe is what you're going to create. Straight up. So you got to keep that in mind. And every single situation in your life, your beliefs create your results from your reality. So keep that shit in mind. And you have to change what you believe, and you have to take massive motherfucking action to change your situations. Okay? A lot of you guys trying to get that $1 million body and that $1 million life, putting in fucking minimum wage effort. Ain't gonna cut it. You're never gonna get there. Okay? Ever. You gotta step your fucking game up and take massive, obsessive levels of fucking action. I'm obsessive. Okay? You wanna be fit? You wanna get abs? You wanna be defined? You need to get obsessed. Fucking obsessed about your food, about how many calories you're getting in, about your grams of protein, carbs, and fat, about your fucking workouts, about your progress. You gotta be obsessed. You gotta fucking weigh yourself every day, do body fat tests all the time. You gotta be obsessed. Obsessed. Every motherfucking day, no days off. No joke. And if you ain't willing to do that, hey, you don't deserve it. You don't. Straight up, you don't deserve it. And you're never gonna get it. So you got to make that commitment that you are willing to do whatever it takes for however long it takes to get what you want. Okay, this time is gonna pass anyway. It's gonna pass anyway. You might as well get a motherfucking reward from it. Get a motherfucking reward, and it all begins with this. With this. All right. So that's my lesson for you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. Appreciate you. Share this video. Tag your friends. Tag your spouses. Share this. Let me tell them. You know, especially when it comes to your spouses, because you know they ain't gonna listen to you, but they'll listen to me. Okay? So, anyway, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.